Driver reportable defects. What are those and what do we need to do about them as a transport company? Driver reportable defects are the defects that are picked up by workshop or management that were supposed to be reported by our drivers using our defect reporting procedure. So as management, what we need to do is check the inspection reports from the workshop and see if there was anything that was easily visible by our drivers but was not reported using defect reports. So example of that would be defects on tires, wheels, windscreen, mirrors, lights, washers, wipers, those sort of things which are obviously visible to the driver, but they failed to report it, and then we caught them on our secondary system of finding the defects. Second way of finding those is doing a gate check by the management, so either director, transport manager or some competent person within the company would complete a walk-around check after the driver completed their check and make sure that there was no actual additional defects that were not reported by the driver or simply missed by the driver. The reason this is important is because we want our drivers to be initiators of reporting the defects and showing that in our compliance system. So when we build our records, we want to demonstrate that our drivers are doing a good job with walk-around checks and that the system is working. In our consultancy work, we often see that some drivers, when dropping the vehicle to workshop, wouldn't report any defect in writing, but simply just communicate them verbally, thinking that the workshop will address the issue. That will happen. However, that doesn't create good record for the company because it highlights that the company is picking up defects through workshop, not through the drivers. So keeping the records is very important because you want your defects to come from the drivers, not too much from the workshop, especially the driver reportable one. Same applies to gate checks by management. The drivers cannot rely on management to pick up defects. They need to be picked up by them and reported by them, so the company can address the issues accordingly. This issue comes up in audits quite often, and we see that not understanding the record keeping requirements properly is quite often putting the whole compliance system in a bad light, where not necessarily drivers may be missing their defects, but they simply fail to report it correctly. That's why correctly reporting it on the defect report, whether it is an app or a written book, it's very important because then you can demonstrate that the drivers report the defects and then we as a company address them accordingly. If you found this video helpful, please give us a like and subscribe. We'll be pleased to record further videos, and obviously if you have any questions or suggestions, please drop them in comments. My name is Roman and this is a Fleet Planner Compliance video.